Hello, this is my first ever Aphrodite altar tour. I've been seeing a lot of these, so I thought it might be fun to show you mine. And yeah, I guess I'll just proceed. I'll start all the way over here, which is kind of where it starts. This is kind of like an area to put things that I'm kind of using. Like, this is my Aphrodite journal where I kind of like, journal with her and stuff. Astrological cards, like the book that tells you everything, and my crystals. And then this actually used to be a box wine, but I thought it was really cool, so I made it into a piggy bank. So I have piggy bank in there. I thought it'd be cool to have it on the altar to bring in like prosperity and stuff. And this is my first statue that I ever got. She was originally on like these pillars that I have, but she fell down several times, and you can kind of tell where she broke, and I've had to glue her back together. Unfortunately, this statue is like very prone to like falling forward because she's like, all the weight of her is up here, so she just was prone to falling, so I had to move her somewhere where she wouldn't fall because I really love her. Like, I painted her myself. I'm really into painting sculptures. After I learned that a lot of these sculptures in ancient antiquity were all painted, so I kind of started doing that myself. And I thought it was a really cool way to kind of connect with Aphrodite whenever I do that. Okay, so over here, my altar is actually a dresser, I should say. Just a dresser that I did that with. So this is kind of like Eros's side. I have this print of him by this artist that I found on Tumblr named Mahout. She sells all her stuff on Society6. I also have this print. I thought it was really cool because just like a different variation of what he looks like by the same artist. I also have this gay pride flag with the two male masculine symbols, and I thought it was cool to put it over here with like Eros or Cupid, his Latin name. Down like on top of the column I have just like a bunch of little crystals and roses and stuff. I found this little guy just like at an antique mall. Not the statue, that little charm thing. The statue I got from Amazon, which I painted and gave him this like body chain. I was studying some Greek pottery and just looking at the depictions of him on Greek pottery, and a lot of the time he was wearing like this body chain, so I thought I want to do that too, so I did that. And down underneath him, I just have like some self-care stuff, a mirror that I use, a brush I use every morning, a rose quartz roller. This is actually a little like love candle that I made the other day, and I just decided to put it there because I thought it looked cute to put it there. This is a silver like chalice that I got from the antique mall for like $2 or $3. They always sell these because they're super tarnished, and all you really need to do is use some Colgate and a lot of paper towels or cloth to get them clean. And it was originally like a completely different color. It was black, basically. So I have this candle here. It's like, looks a little more pink here, but it's actually like a lavender color. And I filled it up with these like little pebbles that I got from the dollar store. Thought it would look nice because it was also like, this is kind of my spring pre-summer setup, and I'll probably maybe do blue instead if I can make it out to the dollar store. And then this little guy I really love. I got him from the antique mall for $5. He was originally just all one color, and then I decided to paint him and add some like details. I thought it was really fun. And then inside I just have a bunch of hair ties and These are like essential oils that I have that I'll use sometimes, so I thought I'd store them in there. It's made my hair ties all like flower scented, which is cool. And is my selenite tower. Oh, before I do that, I also have this little incense burner that has like Venus and Cupid, Aphrodite and Eros. This is where you'd put the like incense. I got it from Etsy, and I tried to find it again, but I don't think that they're selling them anymore, so it's a good thing I got it when I did. Over here, I have, this is some rose salt, and I use this to help make Kernips water, which is like lustral water, which is like Greek holy water, basically, ancient Greek holy water. And I'll get more into that as I go on because other ingredients will come along. Here I have a little bust that my sister got me from the British Museum. And this one was completely white when I got her, and then I painted her because, again, I love painting sculpture. I really love how she turned out. Like, her face is very expressive, I think. And she's sitting next to a bunch of crystals that I felt would look nice with her. And some fake greenery that I've had from like Michael's, I think I got it from. Okay, so over here in the middle, I should also say, like, I have these astrological cards that I pull kind of every morning after I meditate. So I let them sit here in front of like my main Venus Aphrodite sculpture, and the planets are over here. So like Jupiter, Mars, Saturn, Venus, like they're all here, and then the zodiac constellations are here. And so I always pull like 2 planets, I guess planetaries, and then a zodiac, and then read my little book over there that will tell me like what it's meaning. This is my Aphrodite Andronomy sculpture, or Venus Andronomy. It's an epithet that means like born from the sea, or like rising from the sea. And the sculptural type is seen in other, it's pretty popular like subject in different representations of her. But basically she is based on the birth of Venus painting, and it's from like the mid 18th century. The painting that the statue is kind of like copying, but the actual kind of type of Venus being born with her like tending to her hair is a sculptural type that actually dates back from classical antiquity. But over here I have these little heart stones, I guess. I got them from the dollar store during Valentine's Day. They were only $1, so I had to get a bunch of them. I got a bunch of them. This is a little like heart dish that I got from the antique mall, which was only, I think, $4, maybe less. But I filled it with these little fake pearls, and also some rose quartz and clear quartz, and I keep rings in there so that they're kind of charging and stuff. And then I have these 2 little seashells that are actually from one of the lakes that I live by. I found both of these seashells, and then I decided that I was gonna put like little chocolate offerings on them. These are just little Hershey's chocolate. I need to put new ones on, but I have cats and dogs, so I don't want them to like, at least I don't want my cats to jump on here and like try to eat an open piece of chocolate, so the wrapped stuff is good so that they don't naturally try to sniff it and stuff. Anyways, behind this sculpture itself is this, it's like for a floral arrangement. I got it from Joann's because it was on sale, and I thought, why not? And I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Okay, and then over here I have my little Marjorie Tyrell from Game of Thrones. I love Game of Thrones, and I really love Marjorie. I really love having her on here because I feel like she brings in a lot of really cool, feminine, but also like very intelligent and cunning, like type of energy, which I associate with Aphrodite. Like, I think she's really cool. And then she's sitting on a swan, and that's also one of Aphrodite's symbols. So I thought it'd be cool to have them both there. Here I have some barley, which when I was doing research on Hellenic polytheism, barley is used a lot in ritual, so I thought it's good to just have it around if I ever want to just kind of sprinkle some around this sculpture, or sometimes I'll put it in like this candle for her so that it's kind of like another offering. And here I have this coin that my grandma gave me. It says the Republic of Italy, and I was looking online to see like who is on the coin, because it's like a female with wearing a laurel crown, and I found out that it is Libertine or Libertas. There's kind of like, I wasn't sure which one it was. It just said either one of those, and I was looking up to see if Libertine was kind of associated with Venus at any point in time, and there were some associations, so I thought it was cool to keep her on there. And here I have a smoky quartz, which I got from Arkansas, actually. And it's one of my favorites, so I thought I'd put it over here. I thought it kind of like balanced out, having like the smoky quartz and then having this selenite. I don't know, it's kind of like light and like darker. Anyways, I guess I'll go up here. This is one of my favorite sculptures that I've ever gotten. This is the Aphrodite of Cnidos. I mean, it's based, it's a replica of the Aphrodite of Cnidos, which is a famous sculpture from the late classical period. It's actually the first ever female full-scale nude sculpture at the time. They hadn't done any female nude sculptures. I painted her copper because Aphrodite's sacred island is Cyprus, and she's associated with copper. A lot of copper came from Cyprus in antiquity, and one of her nicknames is Cyprus. Copper is just really associated with her in classical antiquity, so I thought it would be nice to kind of give her that coppery tone. I've given her this cool body chain that it was just like a necklace that I had, and then that's also, this part is a bracelet, but the other part is a necklace. The bracelet was something that I got from campus for making a donation, and the tortoise is actually another symbol commonly associated with Aphrodite because she has maritime birth, and it's also, I think, associated with Aphrodite Urania, which is a specific epithet for Aphrodite. Yeah, I painted her, I painted the fabric and a little basin, and then I gave her this kind of assortment of sea stuff and floral stuff that were historically associated with her, like the rose and seashells. I think it looks really nice and just kind of ties in well. Up here I have another gay pride flag. It's actually the female with female, like lesbian pride flag specifically, and I thought it would be cool to put the flag on this side, so kind of like feminine and masculine with Eros over there, and then with the Aphrodite statue over there. It doesn't have anything to do with like Hellenic polytheism, it was just more like that's what I felt like doing. And I actually have a bunch of little things here in this net that I have. I have like a butterfly, some roses, and some starfish that I hang necklaces from, so that it kind of has like a dual purpose. And then down here I have my mortar and pestle, which I'll use to grind up herbs. This is a little silver bowl, which again I got at the antique mall. It was a completely different color. And then I cleaned it up with toothpaste and paper towels, a lot of it, until it turned silver, which I was also surprised when it happened. It happened kind of by accident, because originally I wasn't using toothpaste, I was actually just cleaning it, and it started changing colors, and I was like, oh, wait. Anyways, I have this Empress card. I have this cat tarot deck that I don't really use very often, but a lot of the cats in the tarot deck are actually look very similar to a lot of the cats that I have here in my home. And like this Empress cat looks, I kid you not, like just like my cat. So I thought it would be perfect to put her there. I put incense in this little, like this is just some sand and some salt, and I put incense in there to burn, like stick incense, because I can't use stick incense on the little like plate over here. Can't use it on this plate. So I just use it over there. And then I also put like Palo Santo there, which I started using less. But yeah, put stick incense in there. And then I have this candle, which is like rose scented and a lot more pink than the candle over there. So again, just kind of like this feminine, masculine side, even though my masculine side is still very feminine, as you can see. And then here I have this little, I mean, it's not little, it's a seashell basically, and it's filled with water. And this is the Curnips water, and what I do is I put the salt with that little spoon in here, and then I will, oops, see, gotta be careful. I had to mess around with like this arrangement, because originally I had the water in here and it was just really messy. And this was originally filled with barley and a candle, because I was like trying to do like a Hestia candle, because I was just kind of trying out something new. But I do want to have like a Hestia candle. I'm trying to figure out like where I would put it, because I think it is a nice concept to ask the home and the hearth for like protection and love. But anyways, I ended up having to switch things around just for like utility purposes. So water's in there now, and it works so much better. And every morning I'll pour some new water in, put the salt in, and then I will burn a little bit of some bay leaves. Burn it, and then as it's burning, put it out here and kind of swirl it, and then I'll clean my hands before I burn some incense in the morning before I meditate. And yeah, the bay leaves are just chilling in this little oyster shell that I actually got in Colorado when I was there. It was at this like big crystal store. For some reason they had oyster shells, which I'm assuming they're just from the local river over there. And I loved just the look of it, so it's had a lot of uses, mostly for like either storing Palo Santo, usually storing Palo Santo. Now it's had the bay leaves because I thought I like the green, and I don't know, it just felt right. So that's kind of like what those items are for making Curnips water. And then I also have this Birth of Venus tapestry, which kind of just like ties everything in. And there's this heart-shaped light, which at night just kind of makes everything glow pink. At night, this like looks very different vibes. But yeah, and again, back on Cupid-Eros' side, kind of like my masculine side of my altar. This is this huge mirror here I got from a thrift store for like $15. And it was just like, I've had it for years. The best thing I've ever found, probably. Oh, and then that little postcard there is one that my sister gave me of Emperor Hadrian and his lover, and Antoninus, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. But their love is actually really famous within classical studies. After Antonius died, Hadrian was in so much grief that he made a bunch of sculptures of Antonius, and Antonius has like so many sculptures everywhere just because Hadrian was in such grief. So I thought it was a very like beautiful, even though it's tragic, just gay love story, which I'm gay, so I thought it was appropriate to put up there. Anyways, yeah, all my sculptures of these up here I've gotten from Amazon, and I've gotten them on sale. You usually have to wait till they go on sale. Eventually they do. If you, word to the wise, if you ever want to get sculptures, just wait until they go on sale from Amazon. Eventually it'll happen, I promise. They always do. Because that's what I've done to get them, because or else, otherwise, they are very expensive. So yeah, cool. I hope you enjoyed this video. Can't think of anything else I might have forgotten. Yeah, so have a great rest of your day.